Oh, stop asking us these questions. These are really personal.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is our very first Q&A.
This is the first one we've ever done on any of our channels ever. And I don't know why we've never done them before, but hopefully it's a good way of you getting to know who we are. And yeah, and literally we've got all of the questions that we put out on social media, on Instagram, and we've got tons of responses, and we're going to pick them out at random and we will answer any of them. That's what we agreed on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Wish us luck. Right, go on then.
Shall I pick one for you?
You pick the first one, Janine. This is Janine's little yellow bag, by the way, and it's fantastic, but we're sharing it at the moment.
Okay. Oh, this is one for you, Liam. Does Liam ever take his hat off?
Liam does take his hat off. He takes his hat off all the time, but unfortunately, the reason why I wear a hat, one, is because I've just grown accustomed to wear a hat, and it's basically my hair's just a mess all the time, and it's just such an easy thing. I've always done it. It's such an easy thing to do, is just put a hat on, and I love wearing a hat. I wear a hat, I change it over during winter, but yeah, I do take it off to sleep. If that was the question, whoever asked that, I do take it off to sleep, and I do take it off when we go out for sort of like posh meals and stuff, or when it's has to. Same with the sunglasses. I wear sunglasses because I squint in the sun because I've got really light blue eyes. Huh?
It is so bright today.
Oh yeah, but just in general, the summer, even in the UK. So the sunglasses will come off and the hat will probably change over the next few videos, but they do. I don't sleep in them anyway. So good question. I'm glad you asked it. I've been asked it a gazillion times before. What? Oh, this is a great question.
Oh.
What bad habits have we formed since doing van life?
Oh.
You didn't just put that question back in there, did you?
No, I put it here.
All right, can you put that one in
there? What bad habits have we formed?
There's certain things whilst doing van life that you wish you didn't do, and you're doing. Just sort of, we live very busy lives. And for instance, one, we're probably eating a little bit more convenient food, or we have been during the van life thing, than we hoped we would, because you've got a small space. We're busy. We're travelling from here to there. We're doing vegan food UK thing, and it's just more convenient, isn't it? So I'd say the food thing is.
Yeah, that's definitely, yeah. So sort of even in like service stations as well, sort of grab and go food. That's a bit frustrating.
Oh, and coffees. We've been buying coffees out. We've got coffee, we've got hot drinks here, but the convenience, there's, you know, when you get a really good coffee somewhere out, it's always been one of our treats to have it out, hasn't it? But oh, and because of that, there's been like people have mentioned about us having coffee cups. 99% of the places that we get a coffee from are independent, and the good news is the vast majority of them, not another 99% of them, are now compostable. The biggest perpetrators are the supermarkets and the chains who should be doing better and putting in compostable cups. Regardless of that, Janine and I, pre-pandemic, always used reusable cups, and we're going back to that now. It's just that they split and broke, and we've both now got good ones coming. So the next video, you'll see us with our new cups.
Next one. Okay. Is it difficult being vegan and doing van life?
What do you think?
No,
not at all. Not in the year 2021, it really isn't.
It's very easy being vegan. Well, we find it very easy anyway. And doing van life as well. We cook a lot of one-pot dishes, and being vegan and using whole foods and things like that means that it's just really easy making one-pot dishes.
And eating out is just, you know, convenient. It's probably become a little bit, probably a lot of, I'm sure that was a non-vegan who wrote that message, and that's a really good question. I'm sure a lot of vegans will agree with us when we say this. It's probably become a little bit too convenient to be vegan now. Going to Greg's and being able to get numerous bacon rolls, sausage breakfast bap, cheese and ham, melted baguettes and all the rest of it, cakes everywhere. it can never be too convenient, but vegans will know what I mean. It can be, we can get stuff everywhere now, and McDonald's are even bringing out their vegan meat burger very, very soon. So yeah, not hard at all.
No.
All right, next question. These are good questions, by the way.
Yeah. I always get nervous.
I'm really nervous about it. Are you planning on doing world travel?
We have done a lot of world travel. I'm guessing this means in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't say in the van, but...
It doesn't say in the van, but I'm going to presume you mean in the van. We've done a lot of world travel before we got the van.
Pre-YouTube days.
Pre-YouTube, we did a lot.
We've probably done 15 years of international travel. Even one of our trips was as long as 3 years, travelling the world non-stop. And then another one that was a year, and more that was months and months long. So yeah, sorry, carry on.
It's in our hearts, so we will always travel.
Yeah, and I think it's sort of, we know world travel better than we know English travel, British travel, bizarrely. So we're quite enjoying a lot of exploring the British part of it at the moment, whatever that might bring. So yeah, but world travel's always on the cards, especially in the van as well.
Yeah. That'll be exciting.
In fact, we're going to be making some modifications soon to our van to make it a little bit better for world travel, but we'll tell you more about that later. Is it my turn to read it?
I can't remember.
Matter. There you go, it's a great follow-up question. What are you planning for the winter months in the van?
We are planning on sticking around in England and braving the winter here.
Oh, in the UK at least.
In the UK. Yeah, so we're sticking around, and hopefully we're going to be able to show you guys what it's like in the van over the harsher months of winter. Because
we've never done it before.
No.
We set off mid-spring, and it was starting to get warmer then, not like the winter, not like the autumn, not like the adverse weather. So we're really looking forward to it, aren't we? And weirdly enough, it's the first time I've ever looked forward to colder months, because we're summer people, we're sun worshippers, but I think it's that new experience factor, new challenges in a van, and whatever that might bring. We might end up hating van life, we might end up loving it more, but the point, we've both spoken about this, the point is that we want to earn, we're doing van life full time, and we have been for the last 6 months. We want to earn the van life, like earn it, if you know what I mean. So we want to be able to do a winter, so we know that we can do a winter, so we can, if we do any international travel, at least we know the England through and through. We don't just bugger off, which is what we always feel like doing in the winter. And we do quite regularly.
It's my turn.
Oh, sorry, sweetheart.
It's all right. Okay. What's your favourite meal to make in the van?
Favourite meal to make in the van? Oh, do you know what? Like, we've done we make goulash quite a bit now. And for me, as far as a sort of a bit of a comfort meal goes, that was awesome.
That was so nice.
And we made it a few times now in the van, and it's really easy because it's one pot. So yeah, look up our previous video in somewhere where we endorse it. Can we link it in?
Yeah.
We can link it in where we make Studland. It's called the Studland beef goulash, because that's the first place we made it. The first location we made it in the campervan. In the campervan, it was awesome. But yeah, more to come. Is it my turn?
Remember.
No, it doesn't matter, does it? If you remember to pull one out, just you pull one out and I'll pull it. I'm not too fussy. I quite enjoy it though. It's like doing bingo calling or something. These are some bloody good questions. What are the cons about van life?
The cons. The cons are finding a park up, I'd say is a con. Sometimes when you can't find a decent park up. So yeah, that's a bit of a con. You always find a park up, but some of them are harder to find than others.
I tell you what it is. Do you know what? This is the honest truth here. When we're at the moment, my gran is super ill, and sort of end of life stuff, and so we're travelling back to my hometown sort of every couple of weeks to go and see her, and when we go back, we stay with my mum for like 1 or 2 nights in her home, just because it's easier. She'd prefer it, and it's nice and everything. But when we do that, and then we return back to van life and go off for a few weeks again, finding a park up's harder. So what I would say is, the finding a park up's so much easier. It's so easy when we're on the road constantly. But when we have to go and visit someone and we're off and it's convenient and we're back inside a home and then we go back to it again, it's a lot more difficult. So so finding a park up definitely could be one of the cons about it, because it's sleeping, isn't it? If you get the sleeping sorted, you're sorted. Finding toilets hasn't been too much of an issue. UK's full of public toilets and supermarkets. Supermarkets are the lifesaver of van life, aren't they?
Yeah. How do you finance van life?
Oh, stop asking us these questions. These are really personal. We finance van life. So van life is cheap. In our experience, it's budget friendly. You're camping for free most of the time. And so with that, you save a lot of money. We tend not to use so much diesel in the van because where we go, we stop and we only do short distances between each park up. But that's not answering the question. Answering the question, we run so half of our subscribers on this channel will know that we run Vegan Food UK. Vegan Food UK is, I think, one of, or if not the largest online plant-based food network in the UK. And what that means is that we've got, on different social channels, we've got large sort of vegan audiences. I think we've got up to 500,000 or something like that. And including Instagram as well. Instagram's got a couple of 100,000 on there. So the work that we do we work with vegan brands, food brands, and we use their products, review their products, try their products, promote their products if they're good, and that pays us. We do lots of content creation. So basically the short answer to that is content creation for our vegan food channels supplements our van lifestyle. Go on, you open it. You had the last one, I remembered that.
Okay. Do we have plans to travel Wales? Well, we went to Wales, didn't we?
We went to Wales.
And we went to Pembrokeshire. We didn't see as much of Wales as we wanted
or
to.
Pembrokeshire. We only saw half of it, didn't we?
Yeah. And so we will be going back there at some point. I think we had to leave to go to a festival. But yeah, we do plan on travelling Wales and climbing some mountains.
Yeah, we love Wales. Wales has been one of the biggest surprises of van life and this year for us with how beautiful it was. How did you meet each other? Go on.
We met each other in Thailand at the full moon party outside a bar called Drop-In Bar, which is like the iconic bar in Koh Phangan where they light fire to the skipping ropes and tourists jump the skipping ropes and things like that.
Surprised you can remember though, because you were so off your face.
I was very drunk. But yeah, we met there and yeah, just went from there. We didn't start dating for another year or so. Yeah,
we both met on a sort of, they call them gap years, but you know, we were just going off travelling for an indefinite date. And yeah, that was 15 years ago, and we've been together and sort of travelling ever since. All the best couples meet in Thailand, apparently. Did I open that one?
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
I'll just pass them to you from now on, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
How much did the van cost?
Yeah, so, how much did the van cost? Broadly speaking, it's, broadly speaking, we can't say exactly how much it all cost for different reasons, but this is if you're wondering, whoever asked that question, and we get asked it a lot, to be honest with you, and we've answered it a lot. When we were doing research for van life during pandemic time, so we know that there's been an inflation in van prices. This is what you're looking at. Obviously, self-build camper vans, we know most of the time people are doing it from $2,500 upwards for their self-build ones. Buying a van, you know how much vans cost. If you get it with low mileage and it's quite new, then you're going to be paying a lot more money. If you get it with over 150,000 miles on the clock and it's quite old, you're going to be paying a lot less. So you know the score with that. But with conversions, with getting a professional conversion, which is what we did, they start at about, you might be finding them cheaper, but usually advertised at about 7,500, and that's without all of the mod cons and all that sort of stuff. But we know ones who the people who, our advice is they can go from £7,500 to 15,000 to 20,000. You know, they just go up and up and up and up, especially depending on the van and how big it is and how much work they've got to do. But our advice is to go to, if you can, try and find someone, and this is the advice that we got as well, find someone doing it on their own, independently, one guy, woman, whoever, converting vans, and you'll just get an expert creating a van and work through the customization and the prices. So it's not just a one size fits all. That's going to cost you £7,500 when it could be a lot less. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, because carpentry costs a lot of money. So if you want everything sort of custom built, or like a sort of sleek kind of design, then you're paying for the labour of doing that sort of carpentry. But if you go for something really basic, like basic cupboards, that's going to cost a lot less. So it really depends on what you want, really, and how much you're prepared to spend.
Yeah, and a good rule of thumb as well is that what we've learned is that it's about between £200 and £250 per day labour for one of these professional converters to convert your van. All right, it's getting way too bright here for Janine. She can't see a single thing. And we've got to move up our van as well. So let's change location.
Let's go. You're rowing.
Oh, I guess that's what we do. I thought you might say that.
Yep.
One on your left, one on your right. Pull the left one to steer left, pull the right one to steer right.
How is it?
Steering.
You're steering and I'm oaring.
Pressure.
They're trying to make it as romantic as possible. You don't really need to do it. But
Okay. So I've got to steer.
yeah, see, I'm only going to go forward like that.
So, don't.
It'll get wet there. You're steering us?
I'm steering us, yeah. It's pretty tricky.
No, it's not.
Oh my god, we're going to hit that wall.
We can't hit anything that will break the boat.
Yeah, well, I'm trying not to. But do it, quick. Get through this. Okay, you need to pass me the questions. So I'm going to ask you a few questions now, Liam.
All right.
You're going to answer them to the best of your ability.
This is supposed to be a motorboat, by the way.
Okay. You guys seem to drink lots of takeaway coffee. Can you use reusable cups?
We've answered this one, and yes, we can. We are very eco-conscious. We might have gotten a little bit lazy during lockdown, during the pandemic, where you couldn't bring in a reusable cup. Our reusable cups have since broken, but we now have 2 more. So from now on, you'll be seeing us with reusable cups. As we said before, the majority of our cups have been compostable, which means independence of taking care and thinking. So always shop independent because the chains aren't.
What's your favourite vegan restaurant in the UK?
That's too difficult. Too difficult. You might have seen by a channel that we visit a lot. That's part of our job, is to visit vegan restaurants. But all I could say is that you'd be hard pushed to find an all vegan place that has crap food. Most of the time, it's dead good. And we'll feature them all on this channel, which is good.
You've got to name a restaurant.
Well, what? Are you trying to say I'm skirting around the issue?
Yeah.
I don't know, like Puret's has been pretty consistent with us ever since our first vegan cafe in this country was Puretta, which is a vegan pizza restaurant in Brighton, and they've always been consistent, so we'll give them a shout out, definitely.
Where are you going next?
Down this river, by the looks of it, wherever this goes. We've got Janine steering, which is what worries me to death. Where we're going next in location-wise in the van is, do you know what? With that unprepared really, that we don't know. We're currently in Stratford visiting my family, but is that someone beeping at us?
No.
But where we're going next, what we decided was that because it's autumn, we want to go and hit the forests up. So if it's a woodland or a forest, you might see us there soon, and it doesn't matter where it is.
Can we share our med one to long-term plans?
Medium to long-term plans.
Oh, hang on, let me say it again.
Med one. Med one, man. We got any med one.
Can we share our medium to long-term plans?
Our med one to long-term plans are, yeah, as you said before, we're going to be the medium plans. I guess would mean that we're doing. Medium plans is we want to be going to where the seasons are the best. So if it's autumn, we want to be in the forest. If it's winter, we want to be wintry places. So that's our short-term plans, and our long-term plans are we just don't know. We are really enjoying van life, and we want to continue doing that. Obviously, there's the option for world travel, European travel, but we're in no rush. We've got loads of the UK to see, so who knows?
How do you go to the toilet?
How do you go to the toilet?
I'm glad you got this one.
We use public toilets, and we've got a portable urinal. That's the quickest answer. And we've got an emergency toilet. They're the boats to look out for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
we've got a
they might find it really strange that we're just rowing along talking about how we go to the toilet. With a camera pointed at me as well. How did you go to the toilet with a camera pointed at you? It's going to be the weirdest thing. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do we have a base, or are we 100% van lifing?
We are. So this is exclusive stuff for you because we never mentioned this before. We have. We've been 100% van lifing for the last 6 months. 6 months.
Yeah.
The last 6 months. But we do have a sort of a holiday home, which is like like a static caravan. We've got one of them in Brighton. That's what we've been living in for the last 5 months, and no one really knows that. We've never really told anyone about that, have we?
5 years.
Oh, 5 years. Sorry. 6 months. 6 months in a camper van. Last 5 years in Brighton in a holiday home, static home. We are currently selling up the Brighton place because it's no longer our home, and that's it. And we're just going to continue full-time van life. So our base is our van, and home is where you park it, as what you say.
Where do you get the toastie maker from?
Ooh, the toastie maker is by the company called Ridge Monkey, and it's a bit of essential kit for van lifers. And we bought ours online. Not seen it in shops anywhere, but we love it. It's a really good bit of kit, and it works very, very well.
Cool. And there's a few questions left. Do you want to
We'll swap.
swap? Yeah.
Are you rowing?
Okay. No, I'll steer.
You're doing a great job of that, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm in the middle of the river.
We haven't crashed yet. So.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the coolest dog you have met whilst travelling? What a question.
Oh my god. The coolest dog.
Oh no, one of these ferries is coming. You're going to have to take it back
God.
a second. Here you go. The coolest dog.
Coolest dog. I can't remember. I just can't remember what dogs we've met.
Should we talk about the last cool dog that you met?
Well, the last cool dogs that we met are around your mum's house.
Okay, but they're family dogs.
They're not van life dogs, are they?
What about Stella and Sly?
Oh yeah, 2 stuffies on Chesil Beach, and they were really cute. They jumped into the water and knocked someone off the paddleboard.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
You're going faster than us.
Yeah. Yeah. At least you're steering properly. Unlike this one. Will we stay as van lifers now, or do we miss our old way of living?
We will most probably stay as van lifers now, but you never know what the future holds. But at the moment we're really liking van life, and we couldn't imagine living in a house at the moment or anything like that. We like the freedom to be able to roam around. So we'll stay as, for now, we'll stay as van lifers.
How do you know where you can park for free?
We use an app called Park for Night, and there's another one, isn't there?
Search for sites.
Search for sites, and they are recommendations from people who have parked there before, and people just go on and say whether you can park there for free or not. Obviously, we also check car park signs as well, and most of the time it says no overnight parking, so we don't park there. But if it doesn't, then we'll go in and see if there's any other sort of van lifers there, and we'll just ask around and just ask people really and get the local knowledge.
Will you be having kids, and will they be vegan? What a personal question.
We have no plans to have children, but if we do, then yes, of course they'll be vegan, but we probably won't. Maybe dog children.
Furry children.
Furry children.
Oh, is this the last one?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, Janine, the last question.
Let me just check. Yeah, it's the last one.
Okay, the last question. Oh, what a cool, lovely, positive one to end it on, and then I can get back to rowing. Where is your favourite place to visit? Where has been your favourite place to visit in your van so far?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I think we should both answer this.
Yeah.
If we don't end up in there. So, my favourite place to van life, I'll probably, well, they've all been so different, and different times of the year, which also makes it quite a difficult one to answer. But I mean, Dorset really was a showstopper for me. It was so good, so pretty, and yeah, I'd say Dorset. But obviously you can't really compare Dorset and Scotland because they're so different. So I would say Dorset, but then Scotland as well.
Cool, well answered.
What about you?
Best place so far for van life, and we've been a lot of places: Cornwall, Devon, Wales, Dorset, Scotland, Glastonbury, places, some bit of Somerset and stuff. My favourite place is where we get to do activities when we're there. So I think North Devon and Cornwall were my favourite, because Cornwall wasn't very good for wild camping in the camper van, so that was an annoying bit. But being able to surf every day in those places suits my hyperactive nature a lot. So I really will always say that. But we're far too inexperienced to be answering questions like that just yet. But so far, yeah, mine would be Cornwall, Devon.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done.
Okay, so thanks for watching this Q&A taking place in Stratford Upon Avon.
And thank you for the really personal questions. They weren't awkward at all. We'll see you next time, because we're changing location altogether for our, I guess, an autumn series of van life. So we'll see you then.
But things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. We got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard time, you and I can weather any